Hey, what's happening, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com. Coming back to you with another video from Corbin, Kentucky, man. We were just on the train right there hanging out. It was pretty cool. And we were hanging out with Colonel Sanders over there. This is the home of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Absolutely, man. The home of creation for delicious chicken.
I'm telling you, I'm hungry right now. But I know you guys clicked on this video not because you're hungry for food, but you're hungry to learn about wholesale.
Hungry to learn how to make those dollars.
Yeah, exactly. Man, Dan, he started with eBay. You were thrifting, you were doing retail arbitrage, and now, what, 4 or 5 years later, you've built a business which has generated over $22 million in sales.
Yeah.
Everyone always wants to know, well, how much is profit?
Yeah, our profit margin's about 24%.
24%. I just talked to a CFO because I wanted to get these details for you. So in this video, what we're going to talk about is the top 5 mistakes. Top 5 mistakes that you need to avoid when starting a wholesale business, when you're running a wholesale business, and there's a lot of mistakes.
Sure.
There's a lot. But when I sat down with him, I can't help it, guys. I needed my little cheat sheet. I'm like, listen, I want the 5 top mistakes that's going to help my audience.
Sure.
These are eBay sellers. These are thrifters. These are people that are going through Goodwills and Savers and destroying it, man. These are hustlers.
Right. These are the people out there grinding, making dollars that want to grow even more.
So the number one mistake that you had mentioned, and this isn't like something super specific, but we're going to kind of dive into it, is you've noticed that a lot of people are trying to take shortcuts.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's it. Like, here's the thing is whenever you're deciding to create a business, because there's 2 types of business, right? There's the business where you're just trying to grind out a few extra bucks and, you know, maybe it's making $200 extra, maybe it's trying to pay for a vacation or something like that. To me, that's more, you know, it's a profitable hobby.
Yeah.
But whenever you're focused and you're going to try to make a real go at a business, like you're going to try to maybe replace your job or something like that, you can't take shortcuts. Like you have to go and do things the right way. You have to register as a business. You do things like get a CPA and just stuff to make sure that you're building your business on a good foundation.
Yeah. And it takes time. You know, it's not sexy. I hate to say it, but it's not sexy going and interviewing 5 different CPAs or looking up your, your website. Like I have to go to ct.gov. I'm in Connecticut to figure out that, I have to go to the Secretary of the State, and then I had to create my entity, and then there were all these things I had to do. Like, it's not sexy. It's not that fun, but it's something that you've got to do.
It just has to happen.
Yeah. Now, can I do business as my own, like under my own name and do different things? Yeah, I could.
Sure.
But there's liability, there's risk. There's a right and a wrong way to do it, right?
Right. Why would you build a house on quicksand?
Yeah.
It's kind of the thought I have is, you know, those shortcuts, that's what it is. It's you know, what it is, it just slightly erodes from that foundation and makes your business that much more shaky.
Yeah. I want you guys in the comments right now, share, and it might not be a wholesale business. I know a lot of you guys are watching, you're looking to learn about and start a wholesale business, but share one shortcut that you took in the past that screwed you over.
Right. That's a great idea because just being able to learn from that and realize that it's part of business. But whenever we eliminate those types of shortcuts, that's whenever we build a real foundation where we can start building a business that works for us.
Yep, exactly. Another big mistake that you had mentioned, and I never knew this, right? I've got quite a few friends that are successful with wholesale, and I know a lot of people who failed with wholesale. And guess what? The people who I notice who are failing a lot, what a lot of them are doing is they're buying these lists of wholesale distributors, or they're, I don't know, they're just they're trying to deal with these huge brands and stuff. How do you find wholesale suppliers? How do you build wholesale relationships? Because I think what you do is a little different, and this could be a learning experience for people.
No, sure. It's, you know, for us, we don't utilize distributors. We don't utilize those traditional wholesalers. Instead, what we do is we focus on brand direct. And here's the big change for that, right? It's like whenever you're working with a distributor, whenever you're working with a wholesaler or a closeout vendor or something like that, those vendors care about moving more units. They don't care which unit it is. They don't care about which brand they're working, which brand you're buying. They just care that they're moving units to make things go through their business, right? But whenever you're working with that brand, that's somebody who's invested in their product and invested in its success. So not only, number one, can you get by without paying that markup, because the distributor has to make money too. Like they have to make money. So if you're buying products there, that means that not only are you paying the whatever the manufacturer or brand owner would sell it for, you're paying that bump that the distributor carries it for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's one of the big things to avoid is make sure you're operating with the best possible margin with somebody who's invested in your product, invested in their own product.
And that kind of is a great segue that leads to the next point, which is, and this is a valuable lesson that you've taught me, don't go after the huge monster $50, $100 million companies, right? Because what are you going to be able to offer them as value? Like, if you guys have seen the videos and you know what his strategy is, he finds brands, small to mid-sized brands that have issues,
Yeah.
right? Listing issues, photography.
Opportunities.
Yeah, opportunities. And then you help them and you make a difference. You might boost their sales by 25%, or you might generate an extra $100,000 over the year, but that makes a big difference. You can help those people.
Sure.
You know, we were talking about Nike behind the scenes, right? What were you saying to me? You're like, even if you help Nike make an extra $250,000 on one listing that's inefficient, do they give a crap?
No, I mean, that's just not even that's not going to register on their bottom line. Like, and that's another thing, right? If I reach out to Nike, who am I going to talk to that can make a real decision? Like, everything is so policy based, but whenever you get on the phone with those smaller brands where maybe they don't even want to work with other sellers, right? But you can talk to them about those values that you can offer, create that alignment and start developing that relationship. That's creating brand, or that's working with brands where you can have real impact.
Number 4, and I was laughing a little bit because our cameraman, he's doing such a great job walking back, and he almost took a dive off it. But I give you credit for keeping your balance there. Is bad buying decisions, right? Talk about. I know you have a lot of people that you've helped start businesses, man. Like, you're such a strong pillar in their community. You've helped so many people. I had a bunch on my channel about 8 months ago of people that you've helped build businesses. Matter of fact, you helped one guy who just sold his business. He started this wholesale brand 2 years ago.
Yep.
He just sold it for $450,000. It's crazy.
That was a guy who had literally never sold on Amazon, had never owned a business, and this was one account where he didn't own any IP or anything, and was still able to sell it for $450,000.
That's insane. So, I mean, the opportunities are there. I was going off on a little side note, but what I want to say is, and you were sharing with me, you notice that a lot of the students that you've taught, people you've helped, they're making their buying decisions based on analytics, on metrics, instead of buying just based on emotion or what they think is cool.
Right. No, I mean, that's the thing is, you have all of that data available, right? Like, Amazon tells you on its page how well that product's selling. It's telling you that sales rank. You can go plug that into a free software, junglescout.com/estimator, and that tells you how many times that product's selling every month. So from there, you can discern how many you can actually sell.
Yeah.
And instead of just placing an arbitrary order, right? Like, how do you get stuck with product? You buy things not knowing how well it sells. So to avoid that, I think that's one of the most costly errors that somebody new to wholesale can make, is by making that decision, wasting a whole bunch of cash. So instead of buying based on emotion or what you think is going to be good, focus on the metrics.
And this last one's going to be interesting because you've actually made this mistake.
Oh, and I've made all these mistakes, brother.
Yeah. The people who are most successful, they've made the most mistakes. Don't avoid people who make a lot of mistakes. Avoid the people who make mistakes and don't learn from them.
Right.
You've learned a lot from them. And one of the mistakes that you made, and I hate to even call it a mistake, but it's just a learning experience.
Sure.
You were operating a wholesale business. Let's cut this way. You were operating a wholesale business out of a warehouse, which was causing you to have a lot of overhead. You had employees. It was just a lot more stress. So the point I'm trying to make is over-investing in overhead that's not necessary.
No, I mean, that's a killer of businesses, right? And I think that's a mistake that a lot of early entrepreneurs make, is they think that they have to have the newest gadget or tactic to be successful, and that's just not the case.
Yeah.
Like, what we suggest for people is that you don't buy things you don't need. You don't buy software to create processes in your business. You don't just invest your money as much as possible into products. Like, whenever we got started, I remember it's kind of crazy because we got started with wholesale. We didn't actually invest a single cent into software until we were doing $100,000 a month.
Holy crap!
Like, now the same is true with we did hit the trap on the warehouse, right? Like, we had a warehouse.
It's cool. Social media. I just got a warehouse, and I'm like, this is cool, but it's a pain in the butt.
But for me, it's like, with my business, with eBay, like, you have to touch your product.
Yeah.
But with wholesale, I don't. So I don't need a warehouse. Instead,
prep centers.
Right. Over the past year, or I guess it's about 18 months ago, we outsourced all of our business to a prep center, closed our warehouse, and our business has gotten significantly more profitable, but more importantly, way more enjoyable, because I don't have to be touching products or thinking about or dealing with shipping issues. Like, all of those things are streamlined, and now I'm just able to enjoy my business, realize the profits, and focus on the parts that we're good at.
Awesome. So I'm gonna have you stop right now, Zach, because I want to tell people, and I want to make sure you don't get hit by a car. We got a lot of cars right now. If you guys enjoyed this video, do us a big favor, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment below, let us know what you thought. Also, we've got some links down below. We've got a free Wholesale 101 guide, 100% free. That's it, just put in your email, we'll send it over to you, plus a product sourcing checklist. Want to share with them
absolutely.
a little bit about that?
So that product sourcing guide, or the Wholesale Sourcing Guide 101, What that is it's that 30,000 foot view of our business so you can understand all of the components, all those processes that take place so you can go from absolutely knowing nothing about wholesale to understanding it by the end of the article.
Yeah.
And then we have that product sourcing checklist.
Ooh,
and what that is,
tell them about it.
you know, we talk about sourcing and finding products. This checklist is a way to make sure you don't make a mistake. It's just to make sure you checked off every box to find the right products to work for you in your business.
And if that doesn't sound good enough, guys, we're just, I don't know how much, I feel like I'm Oprah. I'm gonna give you a car. We got a webinar that's coming up, okay? This is...
It's not a joke webinar either. This is one of those.
This is actually dead serious. This is a webinar. This is the first webinar. It's on the 26th of Thursday.
So this webinar is how to discover a profitable wholesale business on Amazon using the power of wholesale. In this webinar, we're literally going to cover everything. How to find profitable products, how to contact those manufacturers, how to analyze the products to make sure you're not going to get burned, and then how to rinse and repeat that process. So this webinar literally is a can't miss opportunity if you have any interest in selling on Amazon or learning about wholesale.
Yeah, so last time we did this webinar, literally it got capped out. People were trying to get in, they couldn't get in. When you do webinars, if you guys ever do a webinar, they host a certain amount of seats. And it sounds like some like internet marketing, like, oh, let's create urgency. But honestly, like it will probably max out. So if you put your name in there now, if you sign up, you'll be able to reserve a seat. So get in there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of learning. And I think we even have some giveaways. I'm pretty sure that I was talking to someone on your team and we're giving away, I think, an Amazon gift card or something. So
I think I would estimate that it's more than one Amazon.
Okay, okay.
So not only can you learn about how to do Amazon profitably on using wholesale, but you have the chance to win a gift card and get to hang out with me and this guy for an hour.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully we'll see you there. Links down below. But until then, have a great day and keep on picking and making that money. Peace.